This is the fourth episode of Versus Video Series, or VS Squared. Oh yeah, this is the new Warzone Styx Show. Yes, this channel is now the IT fighting arena. We're gonna make them fight till death, so that we will know which one is better. This can be certifications, tools, technologies, and even IT instructors or IT bloggers. In the blue corner, we have Linux Plus certifications, and red corner, Red Hat Certified System Administrator or RHCSA. And these two certifications are my top two from this video. Best Associate Level Linux certifications. For those who are new to this channel, welcome. I am your host, name is Armada, and I am Career and Certification Captain. And on this channel, we talk about tech careers and certifications, trivia and tutorials in cloud and data center, trivia and tutorials in cybersecurity, and my journey as an IT professional. So feel free to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. So, for those who are not familiar, Linux Plus is CompTIA certification, and it's a written type of exam, while RHCSA or Red Hat Certified System Administrator is from Red Hat, of course, and it's a hands-on lab exam. So, as usual, we will search Google and let's see what these people think about Linux Plus and RHCSA. Which one is better? So I will just simply search Linux Plus versus RHCSA, and then we'll look at Reddit. And we have multiple results. What I'm gonna do is I will just open the top results. So this one, both are from just less than a year ago. Okay, so 2022. Okay, the third one is a little old, like 2017. It's over 5 years older. So I'll skip this and I will just open this RHCSA or CompTIA Linux Plus, and I will also open this Linux Plus for, actually not this one. I will open this. Is Linux Plus worth it? Okay, there. So we have for discussion. Let's check the first one. Linux Plus versus RHCA. This is just a year ago, and this guy, Space Whiner, he's saying that he knows that this sub is focused towards CompTIA. You're saying is preparing for the 005 beta. The 005, this is the exam code of the Linux Plus. Okay, and last year there was a new release because prior to that it was only 004. Okay, I've been reading between the two certification, CompTIA and Red Hat. Most results says Linux Plus is a beginner cert, very easy, and doesn't compare to Red Hat cert. Okay, so this is the blog is all about. Okay, so we have plenty of responses. Big difference is RHCSA is all hands-on, okay, on the terminal of Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So RHEL is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, which is license-based with tech support. And this is what most enterprise or big company use when they deploy or managing Linux servers. Okay, and that is the major difference. So it makes sense. Multiple choice is definitely easier. Okay, and this guy responded, forget everyone's birthday other than your family, and you should free up some space in your memory to keep us updated. If you decide to take it, share some tips. I'm also considering the following Linux route due to being more demanding or more in demand locally than CompTIA certs. Okay, and he is from the UK. All right, this guy is suggesting to take beta. You have nothing to lose. And this guy, he responded, RHCSA is more comprehensive because you're working with live system instead of selecting answers. Of course, if you are working with a written base or PBQ or performance-based questions, Obviously the hands-on lab or the hands-on exam is more challenging. Okay, and this guy says, I am RHCSA and just studying and knowledgeable. You gain, excuse me, just studying and the knowledge you gain is worth it. Once I attained my RHCSA, everyone took notice and I was sought after and promoted. See, this guy got promoted after passing the exam. Alright, I studied for Linux Plus, but it seems like someone explaining how to ride a bike without riding a bike. I have some experience, but actually RHCSA was my first IT certifications. I just studied every day, even on vacation, for almost a year. Okay, and yeah, he's saying that obviously RHCSA has more value. Okay, he says, that is where my home lab came into play. However, I'm always SSH creating tar files or troubleshooting network issues. Note these are all RHCSA objectives, so I'm not giving anything away. Alright, so this guy, I just took 005 beta and I can't speak about 004. I can tell you that I have RHCE. RHCE is the mid or professional level certification of Red Hat, which means I have an RHCSA. Linux Plus beta is very good. I can say that knowing that it's possible that I failed it. Alright, I had the same question about a few weeks ago and chose RHCSA because I had a conversation with a recruiter and he said they don't know much about Linux Plus and RHCSA is highly recognized because of the practical environment. Okay, so this discussion, many people believe RHCSA is better and has more value. Let's check the other discussion. Okay, so this guy, I took Linux Plus beta back a few months ago last week. To my great shock, I discovered I passed. But before I found out, I got a new job that highly encouraged me to sit for RHCSA. Okay, and he also mentioned some certifications and he got master's degree in cybersecurity. Now, he says, while I passed L+, which is Linux Plus beta, I failed my first time on RHCSA due to poor time management. And let's see what people think about this. Nice, thanks for the helpful comparison. The good news is if you pass Red Hat after taking beta, it should be enough to renew your Linux Plus. Can't beat those CompTIA betas. Thanks for the comparison, my friend. I find it somewhat annoying that in order to pass any certifications worth real salt, I apparently have to work full-time job to learn it. What happened to learning on the job? Frustrated that I could pass a Linux Plus, but know I would struggle with more meaningful exam. Okay. And yeah, it's just a discussion. They're not really voting which one is better because this guy, he shared his experience that Linux Plus is of course easier than Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Okay, so this is just an experience sharing discussion, not really a voting discussion. Okay, let's check the third discussion here, the third post. RHCSA, okay, which is a certification that we want to compare with Linux or vice versa. Now, if you see RHEL, again, this is the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, okay, and they offer many certifications, not just RHCSA. All right, so which one is better in getting a job? RHEL, if you're only comparing those two, okay? Yep, Red Hat is something I see as the Linux equal to Windows Server. I don't agree. You don't compare Linux with Windows. But there'll be a better Linux certification outside of this too that you could suggest. Well, you can check this certification video or best Linux certification video. RHCA is practical, so I'd go with that. If you're interested in quickly getting a certification for the job search, I'd go for Linux Plus, okay? Which is my point in, again, this video. I work as a DevOps, but everyone I've seen who works in DevOps has come from developer or sysadmin background. I don't think DevOps is meant to be an entry level role. Okay. Red Hat certifications goes all the way to Linux architect certification. Of course, for the CompTIA, they have multiple technologies. There is no such thing as mid or professional level, even the advanced or expert level Linux certifications. Now, this guy, he is just he has 3 points, like real comparison between the two. If it's in demand, I have the RHCA, and it was much demand, much more demand than Linux Plus. Okay, difficulty. RHCSA is more difficult than Linux Plus. Implications. Well, this is just comparison with Kubernetes certifications and the AWS certifications. So personally, he is going for RHCSA. Like what I mentioned, RHCA is more valuable because it's more advanced, because it's hands-on lab exam. Now, this is the last discussion. Let's see. Is the Linux Plus worth it? And this guy, he work help desk right now and have multiple certifications. A plus, Net Plus, Security Plus. This is Network Plus and Security Plus from CompTIA as well. Currently, I'm learning Azure, Java, Python, and CCNA, but want some Linux certifications as well. Okay, and to be honest with you, yeah, Java has nothing to do much on the other on the other certifications you have. All right, so let's look at the responses. I agree with those who said RHCSA is above Linux Plus, okay, because it's more difficult, it is more advanced. If I were you, I'd review the material study guide, but don't pay for the exam. Save the money for RHCSA. The Linux Plus won't do any more for your resume than the Trifecta hasn't. I say that having Linux Plus certifications, for those who are not familiar with Trifecta, I think these are Network Plus, Security Plus, and A Plus. Okay, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the Trifecta, especially the A Plus and Network Plus. The Linux Plus and Security Plus is actually for me more valuable. Okay, I don't say much about CompTIA, that all three certs leave someone at help desk. Okay, so this guy is voting for, obviously, RHCSA. All right, another response here. RHCSA, no comparison. Okay, if by two certs you mean LPIC1 and Linux Plus, there's no longer true. Linux Plus now only gives you the Linux Plus. Feel free to double check. I would go for Linux Plus. Okay, I do think Linux Plus has value if you're going to be doing your Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Anyway, you might as well just go straight to that. I'm going for Linux Plus now. Not sure if I'll test though. I've tested the CompTIA Trifecta and it hasn't done much for me on the job front. Net Plus and Sec Plus were good for getting through CCNA. Thinking Linux will help me get ready for Red Hat. Same. Net Plus and Sec Plus have done nothing for me that the A Plus didn't. Okay, so Sec Plus mostly for the OD or Department of Defense requirements. If your goal is DevOps, I would drop Java. Exactly what I said. Day to day, I use Bash, Python, and Go. I only learn Java right now as a requirement for one of my college courses. Oh, he's a college guy. Alright, so some of the responses here. Also, what would you recommend between where I'm at right now and DevOps? What is most important? Okay, so this is not about certification. This is more about career path, DevOps career path. Okay, and basically that's it. Lastly, you had a lot of going. What's your goal? That should determine your path. Honestly, Python, Linux Plus, then focus on the cloud will help you get you there. RHCSA is tremendous cert, but it also a Red Hat specific. So this is the last response. We are done. It's no debate. Red Hat Certified System Administrator is more advanced, More difficult is a better certification if your goal is becoming a hardcore Linux administrator or a Linux architect. It will require you more time for your preparation. If your path is cybersecurity and cloud computing, I will go for Linux Plus, and I will recommend to spend extra time on other certifications such as Cisco, F5, AWS, Google Cloud, and many more.